Live. Good morning, all. Sky Blue Fishing out here at the lake. Let's get it done. Adjust this camera the best I can. Good morning, all out there in the beautiful world. About to throw out. I got some night crawlers. Night crawler with marshmallow. Just a regular old night crawler. Real cold out here today, y'all. Can't always guarantee I'm going to catch something, but I can guarantee I'll find this. Look at all this trash. Just massive. Real popular place that I'm fishing. We get a lot of, not the best fishermen out here, guys. All right, let's get some of them big fish. Can it be seen right there? Yeah. All right, just got that rod put out. Trying to see what we're going to get this morning. Paul, good morning. How's Minnesota? Got about 30 degrees out here, buddy. Oh, you guys are lucky. We had a hot spell for a while. It got nice and warm. We're about to hit a cold spell. We're going to get 20 inches of snow forecasted on Tuesday night into Wednesday. Still in the midst of winter here in Northern California. Yeah, I watch a lot of people do ice fishing. It looks really cool. I got one lake around me that will freeze over. This lake here partially froze over, not enough to fish on or walk on or anything. Hey, yeah, I'm so glad you're here. It was so fun watching you, California. It was fun watching you on your stroll last night. Welcome in. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. Yeah, fishing is so relaxing. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just my kind of like personal retreat, my meditation, prayer space, 1,000 different things you want to call it. And I decided, I mean, it was always been a personal journey, but I decided after watching so many beautiful YouTube channels that I was like, all right, I'll share my world with everybody. Wow. I mean, they call you guys the land of 10,000 lakes. If I'm not mistaken, I read something about Minnesota having more shoreline than like California or something crazy like that. If you added up all the different miles of shoreline around all those lakes in Minnesota, it outdid somebody else. I thought it was the West Coast or California or something crazy. Oh, I appreciate that. I enjoy watching you walk around. My dad was Southern California guy, and so I spent about half my early childhood down in Southern California, between Portland, Oregon, and then Orange County, and all these things. We used to go walk the dogs, and watching you walk the dog reminds me of just walking around with my dad in those beautiful neighborhoods. Come on, fishies. It's always a good idea to start close in when it comes to fishing. So I'm fishing the first 30 or 40 feet out right here. There's a current that moves this way, and so it pulls my bobber, it pulls my float, my bait. But you want to try and get those close in fish first. Yeah, you got that right. I got a nice warm tea. I sit out here. There's a handful of homes right over here, and those people, they don't let them own the actual lakefront, but they're 50 feet is their property boundary, so they can just walk out and just enjoy. Ideally, Paul, I'd love to get a big brown trout. They have a bunch of rainbows in here, a bunch of stock rainbows, and then some real big rainbows too this time of year. And caught a big 26-inch German brown the other day and cooked it up, and I mean it was just the best tasting, just like salmon, just purely heavenly. Oh, thanks you so much, California. I hope I catch you on one of your next streams. Oh, I'm gonna bite this. We got a fish. We got fish on. Fish on. Fish on. Fish on. Oh, got a little head shake. We got a little unhappy fish. Unhappy fish here. Oh, Mr. Unhappy. This is our Mr. Fish. Mr. Fish. Right about a 15, 16-inch. Beautiful little rainbow. That was a chunky little monkey. Chunky! Roman. Yeah, exactly. Right on up. Glad you guys saw that. Got to rebait this rod. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get this puppy back out there. See what we can get. That was a nice little catch. Good start to the day. We got our local pair of Canadian geese coming by. Yeah, they have upwards of some 36-inch fish out here. Some really big trout. A little bit more in the deeps are these monsters, like over 20 pounds. They're rainbow trout too. Sometimes the big German browns. Not lake trout or anything strange that's that big. It's just regular old rainbow. If I had my choice, I'd get one of those 30-inch fish. Took me about 10 minutes to reel that puppy in if I caught one of those. Got that beautiful German brown the other day. It was 26-inch fish, about 5-pound trout. And it fought for at least 5 minutes. I'd loosen the drag, and it would tear out. It would cross half this lake, and I'd wheel it back. No better way to spend the morning, just relaxing, letting the bobber out, seeing what we can get. A little below freezing, so it gets a little challenging on my line. I got braided line on this. Well, I got braided line on both rods here. So they're at about 30 degrees, it said when I pulled in. I get some line freeze. We should be getting our ospreys back. Ospreys tear out of here and come back about this time of year every year. They go all the way down to Brazil, which I found so amazing. I read up on that. They take a 3,000-mile migration every winter. You got about 6 pair of beautiful breeding osprey. We got nests all around us. We got a real nice resident pair of bald eagles that live here on this lake. We got a beautiful couple blue heron, green heron, which is really cool. He was probably one of the first birds that I really kind of got to know when I started fishing here about 5 years ago. A little green heron. Started making lots of noise. It was close to me, and I was like, "What is this little guy?" They're different. They got this real long neck that they tend to keep tucked in. You watch that green heron stretch its neck out, you're like, wow, you're a much bigger bird than I realized. Oh, and I forgot about that guy. He's just coming in for a landing. He's the double-breasted cormorant. He's a real cool dude. He's like the fisherman's bird. Other parts of the world, that cormorant has been known to hang out with fishermen. Been known to actually bring them fish. It's pretty cool. Time change kind of messed me up. I was going live at around 6 a.m. Now 6 a.m. is 7 a.m. A lot of other different folk are live on the East Coast, and so it's kind of almost impossible to pick a time where nobody's live. So you just kind of pick and choose, do your own. Eventually, everyone will figure out where you are, and if they like watching you, they'll come hang out. We'll redo that one. Come on, fishes. Where you at? Come on, fishy fishes. Let's get us a giant fish. Oh, good hit. Oh, I lost him, guys. Lost him. Lost him, lost him, lost him. He got my worm. He got my worm. Let's go get him. Oh, bobber's going down. Oh, that was a funny fish. Took my bobber down, and I wasn't looking. Now bobber's up. Mr. Funny Fish. That's the beauty of two rodding it. They keep me busy. Come on, busy. Get that back out there. See what we can catch. Come on, trout. One fish so far, couple bites. Lost two. Got one. Good start to the morning. I'm gonna go scout out the river later. See if I can find a couple good spots so I can go live on the river. Do a little bit of different fishing over there. It's catch and release only. It's a barbless hook, artificial gear only. No baits over there. So it'll be a fun one. Throw out a spoon. Oh, we got us a fish. We got us a fish on the bobber. We got us a fish. Woo, he's a jumper. Whoa, he's a jumper. Hopefully you guys can see him. Oh yeah, maybe you can see him out there jumping. He's a little jumper, little steely, little steely. He's a jumper. Little guy. He's just little guy. Little 12-inch. Little 12-y. Well, he got off nice and easy. That was good. Fish number two. That quick. I want them big ones. Come on, fishes. Let's get his big brother. That's fish number two. I got to sit here and warm my spool up each time. I take my fingers, wrap it around my spool. Uh-oh, getting hit. Small hit, nothing too serious. Oh, he took my marshmallow though. Got a marshmallow on this night crawler, and so when I get little hits like that, and then I see that marshmallow float up, it's time to regear. Well, they are keeping me busy this morning. Keeping me busy this morning, I tell you. Come on, big giant fish. Big giant fish. Chaos, fishy things. Morning. I think I'm on fish number 2. Lost 2 of them. Got 2 of them. Hope you guys are having a blessed morning. Once again, we're trying for those monsters. Oh, good morning, Oslo. Oh, getting hit again. We got a fish, guys. We got a fish. We lost a fish. Had a fish, lost a fish. My hook set wasn't good enough. Try that again. Release. Good morning. We're on a couple. Got two in so far. 3 misses. That one was on the line for a second, but I lost him. Darn right. Action, action. We want action. ACTION. They've been keeping me busy. I was just wondering the same thing. When is fishing going live? I assumed it was this afternoon, maybe. But I could be wrong. Hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. Where I'm at, these Northern California trout are real active in the morning. And I get here about a half hour before light, and I'm getting action. I'm getting bites already. When I go live, I wait for everybody, and then I throw in. I don't want to spook the fish. And so it's kind of like my time of fishing changes as the sunrise changes. Middle of summer, I'll be out here at 4:45 usually. It's like right before solstice and stuff like that. Middle of winter, it gets to be like this, where 7, 8 o'clock early morning fishing. Come on, big fishies, no whammies, and stop. Release, I hear that. Oh, getting hit. Looking over at chat, I'm getting a hit. I bet you guys saw that. Oh, you're getting a hit. I'm over here snoozing. Yeah, I tell you, my GoPro and stuff like that, man, it takes me an eternity. It takes me an eternity to work on all those videos. We got flathead cats here, and I don't know too much about catfish, and so I've caught them about 3 times on accident, just fishing for a trout, something to take my worm, and I'd say they've been about 20 to 24 inch fish, probably 5 pound range, maybe. I heard people talking about flathead cats. I guess that's kind of like an average small cat, I guess. Yeah, I heard some people talking about the live stuff. Kind of like you, Fishy. I took my time. I waited about 3 months. I was able to go live at the first of the year, but I waited a few months. And I heard a bunch of people talking about the difference. Talked about no editing when you go live. You're just right there. They talked about their views. They talked about all kinds of different comparisons versus the time and effort they put into perfecting these long form videos versus going live. Mandy, good morning. I think a combination of both is probably a fun world to try and do. Get a little bit of your lives, a little bit of your long form, short form videos. I got one of these motorcycles. That's an enduro. So it's a Husqvarna KTM basically, and it's basically a dirt bike that's got a license plate and turn signals and brake lights and all that good stuff. But it's probably only a 280-pound bike for a 510cc. So it's got a lot of power. It's a good bike. It maneuvers as well as my Honda CRs and stuff like that used to do. And so I'm gonna take that out here with my GoPros in a bit and do some footage of the mountains for people, trying to get to these backwood lakes and stuff. Darn right, that makes sense. Yeah, I got 2 GoPros, and so I can wear one, and I can mount one somewhere as well. Kind of get the 2 different angles, which is kind of nice. Learning all that editing has been fun. I think I need to get a nicer computer that's got more ability to store, handle the downloads that I put on there. Heard somebody talking. That makes sense. Release. Uh-oh. We got a fish. We got a fish on the bobber. Oh, yeah, we got one. Oh, yeah. He's pulling. Oh, he's jumping. He's a jumper. Woo, he's a jumper. Oh, he's tail walking. Tail walker. Tail walker. Woo, that tail walker. Yeah, buddy. Little tail walker. Man, little baby steel. Little baby steelhead. Tail walking on us. Say hi, tail walker. He came off. He came off. Say hi to the tail walker. Tail walker, here I am, everybody. Hi, buddy. Yeah, that guy was fun, man. He's a little tail walker. I think that was the first time that fish had been caught. Can always tell. Yeah, I get that. Oh, thank you, Big Boss Lady. I heard somebody talking the other day. It could have been MVP, but they were saying that they keep all their GoPro discs full, and so they just end up buying a whole bunch of extra discs, and they're like that way, in case anything ever happens, they have all their videos still backed up on their discs. And I thought that was a smart idea. I was like, well, maybe I should just buy some bunch more 264s, and just keep them. That cast didn't work too good. Frozen line. Yeah, Fishy, that was great. It's one thing I love about trout. They give such a fun fight. Give you that tail walk. What happened here? Steelhead especially. If y'all haven't caught steelhead, I highly recommend you get yourself out and try to catch some steelies. Steelhead isn't the easiest fish in the world to catch. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still figuring that out about what to do, whether I trust. Just leave all my videos online and keep deleting them. Steelhead, you can. Steelhead are a form of rainbow trout that go out to the ocean. And a whole lot of weird regulations on steelhead. And they have wild, they have hatchery, but most of the time you can only keep the hatchery fish. You can't keep the wild ones. Yeah, 2 hours. Well, that ain't so bad. I have to go about 4 hours away a lot of times. Four hours from me is the Oregon coast. Messed this line up, so I got to sit there and untangle my bobber line. It got all twisted on itself. Fun. Yeah. I see a lot of people do a center line. What's your setup going to be, Fishy, for steelhead in it? You got that right, Busy. Yeah, that's one thing that I don't catch much on is the old catfish. I tell you, only on accident. My dad lived in Illinois for a while, and when I was about 15, I lived with him again for about a year, and he was down there on this place called Lake Sarah in Illinois. It was right in the backyard. I mean, it was just we were on the lake, so I could fish whatever I want. And that was my first time getting to fish for. That was my first time fishing for bass, and so that was a blast. Bass being what they are, territorial. You know, we could go fishing wherever we wanted. You go fishing at 5 in the evening, 4. Yeah. These there's certain jigs that work amazing under a bobber too. The nightmare jig, the marabou jig works pretty good, but that red and black jig, a lot of times they call them the nightmare, and it's probably the most successful thing that I see bobber fishers hit the steelheads with. What happened? Yeah, I've caught steelies on spinners, spoons, jigs, eggs, spawn sacks. They have this method called plunking up here, which you guys, I don't know if you do or have back there. It involves this thing called a spinning glow. Yakima brand spinning glow. And took me all that time to get that back out there. I like spinner fishing on the rivers. It's real fun. You know, when I watch when I watch the Great Lakes steelhead fishing. Oh, get hit. We got a fish. Fish on. Oh, fish on. Oh, he's a jumper. He's not a happy fish either. He's not a happy fish either, guys. Woo! Oh, almost wiped out in the mud, man. Oh, he's not. Whoa, he's a jumper. This is a beautiful fish. This is a beauty. He's got some amazing colors on him. I don't want to hold you and get your slime on me. What a beautiful fish. Wow, that was a beautiful fish there. I think that's fish 3. I could be wrong. I think that's fish 3. Sweet. Yeah, the rainbow are starting to spawn out here. Spawn in February, March. So the rainbows are starting to spawn. So then the old hungry German brown come up here trying to get their eggs. They're egg eaters. That's what I prefer, is the holdover fish that have been around for a few years. They know how to eat spawn. So they come up here. And that's really who I'm targeting. That's why I've been catching a lot of these big browns on spawn sack. I like to use those artificial worms for steelhead. I've caught a lot of them because you get these big 6-inch colorful worm. And I was taught with steelhead to try to read the water. Clear water, you want to use a natural presentation. You got really dirty, murky water, you want to use something pink kind of worm, something that's going to grab their attention. Oh, nice. So yeah, I tell you, it works. I was up at the Umpqua River about 4 years ago fishing. Buddy of mine's got 80 acres, so I was out their property, and they got this big swimming hole, and it's a great holdover place for fish. And I saw this tank. It was 38, 39 inch steelhead. I saw him boil up a couple times, and it's calm, just big, beautiful pool on this river. So I took about a 6-inch black worm with a kind of a gold tip to him. I threw that puppy out there on a bobber in the neighborhood of that fish. And it was like, oh yeah, we got another fish. Oh, we lost a fish. And it was the gentlest bobber down. I watched my bobber down that bobber just barely dipped down. And then I was like, all right, I'll set it. And I set it, and it was that 39-inch big boy of a steely. They can't resist those. They cannot resist those giant artificial worms. Beads work good if you got a fast-moving river. You float your beads. That takes a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge. Good old float and artificial worm. Night crawler is a tough one when it comes to steelhead. They will eat it. They will eat your night crawler, but so will every other fish out there. And so if you throw a night crawler out, you're more likely to catch this little 10-inch fish. All right, fishy, you take care of yourself. You have fun. And if I don't see you live, enjoy. And if you're having fun today with them steelies, I wish you nothing but the best, buddy. Can't wait to see what you caught. I know you're going to catch something good today, fishy. Enjoy your day, bud. Yeah, I'm in the land of sky blue water up here, y'all. Ham's the beer refreshing kind of place. And so we got steelhead, salmon. That's probably most common fish for us here in the Pacific Northwest. And steelhead is a fish of a 10,000 cast, though. 1,000 cast, some people call it, but more like 10,000. Hey, Skullface. Catching rainbows, rainbow trout. Trying to catch big German brown if I can. I think I'm on three fishes maybe. Lost about 4. Had a couple on and lost them on the retrieve. A couple that lost the bites. Come on, fishes. Come on, big fish. I got a fish hatchery about a mile and a half up the road from here. It was established in like 1883. Real old fish hatchery. They got some massive fish up there. Hey, that's great, man. I'll go check out your channel later. Hopefully, you got a nice channel. You got a name. Oh, you got fishing in your name. Oh, I got a fish. I got a little one, guys. He's on, but he isn't the biggest fighter. It was like about 11-inch fish. Woo. Like I thought, nice little guy. Not the biggest guy, but hey, he's working. He got hooked real easy, so I can let him go easy. As long as I got my pliers. Need my trusted pliers. All right, that's how it's done. Yeah. Northern California style, guys. Home of them rainbows. Let's get his big cousin. Hopefully that fish will tell his big cousin it's time. That's cool. Shorts are nice. Yeah, I was just talking with release to the grease about 15 minutes ago about, the difference between doing shorts, doing lives, doing long form. A lot less work to do on the lives. I took my time. I wanted to see what it was about. I watched, all kinds of people's lives for about 4 months. Kind of got to know different people. I missed that bobber down because I was looking at y'all. Missed that bobber down. Teach me to try and read the chat. That fish was like, boy, you ain't looking. I'm going to get you. These fish here, I feel like they're like children sometimes. Like when your kid knows you're in the car, you're on the telephone, and it's an important call, and you can't give them no attention. Yep, took half my worm. That was a good-looking worm I put on there too. Man, that was a good worm I put on there. Yeah, it seems like these fish know when I'm distracted. It was like clockwork with my kids a long time ago. Oh, that's really cool. Scofades, what I found helped me when I wanted to increase my sub count is I just went on to nice places like this, and didn't take long, and then people in good places like my channel and other ones, they'll make you mods, and then you can connect around with everybody. Yeah, exactly, Chaos. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I hung out, with a few nice channels and so many wonderful people. They'll just hook you up. They'll mod you like crazy. They have to learn to subscribe correctly. You know, it really helps when you go to somebody's channel and you sub them to sit and take a minute and watch a short, leave a comment on that short. If you just hit a sub and then bounce out of there, it seems like the program will think you're a bot, because bots tend to go sub people and they don't watch anything, they don't comment, they don't have anything to do with somebody's channel. So if that's all we do is just click sub, then it seems like they'll get rid of that sub because they think we're not real. You know, this fishing community has been just absolutely amazing to us. I encounter an interesting fishing crowd in real life. I'm up here about a half hour, 45 minutes from the Oregon border, and we got all these beautiful rivers and lakes and stuff I go to. And a lot of times I get some really crotchety old time fishermen. So it has been a blessing to see this community online. You got your trolls that just come in and just want attention, and that's fine. But really, I've seen very little drama, very little people trying to tell other people how to live life. And that's what I encounter all too often, is that I just run into these old timers that just, they seem to know more about everything that I'm doing than I do myself. And they'll take it upon themselves to educate me about any and everything that I should be doing. Kind of takes the fun out of going to nature and fishing when I got some busybody that needs to get up in my business. Tell me not to use braid, or tell me that I'm doing this wrong, or crowding me, taking away my serenity, a little bit of personal time. I'll hook you up. Cool. I'll give you the mod. So then you mod it on this, and you can go around and connect everybody here as well. You seem like a real good person. It has been really fun. You know, I was trying to dance around, trying to figure out how to go live and when to go live to not intrude on anybody else's time space, and I just don't know if it can be done, to be honest with you. And so I'm not trying to poach anybody from anything, but I feel like you kind of have to go live when it's best for you, and you put the honest best product you can out there to the world, and you hope that people like you and what you offer. And the East Coast people are 3 hours ahead of me, so it seems like no matter how early I would get out there and try to start fishing live, they're going to be live. So I kind of ran into that. Oh, get a hit, guys! Missed him. Kind of ran into that dilemma, and I was like, well, you know, if I wait till noon East Coast time, or 1 o'clock East Coast time, then the fish won't bite out here. And I got a quandary where that goes. So I just kind of got to do my thing. Oh, we're getting hit. We're getting hit. Bobber's down. Bobber's down. Bobber's down. Bobber's down. And fish is on. Fish is on. Caught me sleeping over there. He got me sleeping. Woo. He got me sleeping. But I got him. Another little 12-inch beauty. appreciate that, Skull. I think I have to wait till get a few more things set out. And I thought I heard that you had to get 500 members and you had to have a certain amount of hours, and then you can set up the super chat kind of thing. I'll look into that again, but I thought that's what I heard him say. All right, let's try this again, y'all. I look forward to just getting to know you a little bit, School. Checking out your show. Fishing is it's a very special experience to me. Lost my father about 4 years ago, and I went out to the river fishing a lot. About the only thing I found that helped. Appreciate you, Chaos. I always enjoy seeing you stop by, buddy. I'll see you on the beautiful road of life. Yeah, so it was tough. My dad was like my best friend growing up. I loved him so much. And so I knew that'd be a hard one whenever my dad passed. And so I hung out fishing a lot and hung out with them salmon at these big rivers. It's like I learned a lot about life and death watching those salmon do their thing, pass. So fishing's always been very special in my heart. And I've been a bit of a seclusive person, and opening up and sharing with the world that special, what means a lot to you in that special part of life was a little nervousing. But I was like, yeah. We're getting back. Oh, we got a fish. We got a fish this time. We got a fish. Ooh, little head shaker. Little head shaker. Little head shaky. Ooh, fishy. Ooh, what you doing, boy? No, you can't do that. Ooh. Boy almost outplayed me. He almost outplayed me. He ran underneath the tree stump out there. Almost got it off. Boy almost broke my line. Fish on. No fish day. Weird. All right. All right, Chaos. Take care of yourself, buddy. Yeah, Skull. After you get your 50 subs, you gotta like request to go live, and then it's like 24 to 48 hours. I think it's 48 hours on your phone. I think you can go live right away on your home PC. But I didn't know that. And I was gonna, as soon as I had 50, I was getting ready to go live at one point, and then we're gonna hit. And so then I was kind of bummed because I was all prepped that morning. I'm like, oh, I got way over I got 100 subs now, and so I got my gear and everything all set up. And then I was like, well, what do you mean? I got to wait 48 hours. So you just hit that on your phone, a little plus sign on your YouTube guy, and then there's a go live section, and you hit that, and then it'll make you verify yourself, and then it'll make you wait. Just so you don't have a bunch of plans like myself, and you get yourself all geared up, and you get out to the fishing spot, and then figure out, nope, YouTube put a hitch in to get along. Gonna get a small boat here this summer. That's my plan. Something small, nothing too big. And I can do some trolling out here. Trolling, big flashers. Yep, exact. I kind of have different attitudes when it's just me, and I'll leave the GoPro at home, and I won't plan on going live, and I'll just kind of have a different approach. There's one as much of interaction. It's more just that meditational energy at the lake. I eat usually the fish that I catch after big holdover fish, 18-inch kind of plus, where their meat is turned pink, and it's just really amazing, good quality trout. I smoke it. I got a big industrial smoker. Fishy Things is live. Man, Fishy. That's the only hard part about doing lives is you can't pay attention to everybody else's lives. Yeah, I got a nice little kayak. And I got a fishing kayak. It's about just under 10 foot. We got strange 10 foot and over laws in Oregon and stuff like that. And you got to stop in and register your boat. It's got to be inspected for barnacles or whatever they're trying to inspect it on. So my kayak is just under that. I got a trolling motor and a few things for it, and I put it on a year before last, and it just weighted it down a little bit too much. About a lithium battery. Oh, beautiful. Glad you enjoy finger painting. And with the boat, I'll have different access out here. Kayak fishing is a little more challenging. You got to learn your balance. You got to learn. Yeah. I usually have in mind that I'm getting a bite. Got a fish. We got a fish on. We got a fish. Slappy Pap. Oh, he's tail walker. Oh, look, he's a jumper. You guys see that jump? Oh, look at him jump again. He's a jumper. Oh, he's trying to wrap himself around that. Yeah, you're getting up there, aren't you? Oh, I know, buddy. There you are, aren't you? Oh. That's a little chunky monkey. That's a little chunky monkey. He's probably about a 16, 17-inch guy. He's got a little girth to him. Just the next size up. That's what I'm really after. Lose that hook. I'm so sorry, buddy. Yeah, I love it when they jump. That tail walk is so fun. That's what steelheads are really known for. You'll get a really powerful steelhead on the line, and he'll tail walk the whole time, just zipping across the top. Got to put another hook on after that one. We got the chunks. They're half. We got a halfie on there. Oh, I want to catch one of those monsters for y'all and myself. I got a nice big industrial style smoker, and I can put about I can put about 24, 30 big trout in there. I can smoke probably about 4 big salmon in that puppy. Big 4 shelf, big 5 foot, 6 foot tall smoker, propane powered. Was using charcoal ones and other ones like that, and I was just burning through way too much of it. So I can put this propane on there, and I can get a lot of smoking out of that canister of propane. I talked to some other people that got the electric smokers, and same big industrial size ones, but electric. They can control their temperature a little bit better. With the direct flame, anything under like 200 has a hard time igniting the chips. And some of these other people, they can do 180 with their electric smokers, no problem. And you can do 180 to 200 degree temperature for smoking trout and salmon and stuff like that. That's ideal. That's a slow smoke. Typically, that's what I'm after. I'm not really a hunter. I learned how. Have all that ability. I just haven't gone in 30 years. And so I tend to fish a lot, stock up my freezer that way, or I smoke them and then I vacuum seal them all. And so I got them in my like little crispers and stuff. I made kind of like a salmon candy with this German brown I caught the other day. So I soak them in like a soy sauce kind of guy for a little while. Get that saltiness into them, and after that I drain it all and I smoke them, and then when they're almost done, I'll take them out and I'll dump a bunch of maple syrup and honey on them. Oh, we're getting hit! We're getting hit! Ah, he outplayed me. He outplayed me, man. Yeah, with the rising costs of everything out there in the world, I've been trying to create as much as I can. I got a big, I call it a mini farm. I got a couple acres of land, and I got about 100 by 60 big garden, 100 foot by 60 foot garden plot, and I'm just expanding it for all the orchards and stuff like that. Got another probably 60 foot by 100 and some foot expansion done. I grew a ton of stuff last year. Gave away about 600 pounds of produce to my local community. Nothing quite like putting a lot of time and effort into the things you love and then just letting it go. It's not like your intention is to make money. It's just to do stuff good. You know, do the best you can in this world. And I love growing things. I got my green thumb is so green, it's dark green. And, but so I can grow way more than I can personally eat, and my family as well. No, I had a little nibble on that. The way I look at it sometimes, I see too many people focus on what everybody else should do in this world. A lot of people are constantly pointing their fingers at the governor or the president, their local politicians, their aunt, their uncle. Everybody else should do something different than themselves. I think if everyone just looked inside and asked yourself, how can you be the best version of yourself in this world? How can you serve the world the best you can? Then things will work out. Each person just become the best version of themselves. You don't care about others. Don't focus all your attention on what the government's doing, what this person's doing, what's going on social media. All that does is sometimes give you an excuse to distract yourself. And what are you distracting from? From doing the hard work to be the best version of yourself. Some people don't know sometimes what to do. And I always remind people, well, sometimes if you can't figure out what to do to become a good person, focus on all the things that you know you shouldn't do. Everybody knows the things they shouldn't do. Everyone knows your own vices, whether it's alcohol, whether you're addicted to sugar, addicted to watching too much television. Everybody kind of knows their own world, and they know what really is holding them back from being the best version of themselves. So just focus on that. Discipline yourself and don't do those things that you know aren't the best for you. And that's all you need to do. That frees you up. Now you got this good time, you got all this spare attention, you can focus on the world because you're not doing all those things that kind of hold you down. next thing you know, you kind of fill them naturally. You start doing good things. You're going out for a walk and you're enjoying life instead of sitting on the couch watching television and eating a bunch of junk food. You got that right on the money, Skullface. I like to help those that are in a temporary space where they need. Where I live, we got a lot of what we tend to call spiritual beggars, and they're people that just want to sit and never do anything, and they just want to sit there with their hands out, and they just want to sit there and be given. They don't want to work. They don't want to put forth any effort. They think that begging is putting forth effort. But they don't realize that the only reason people are giving them anything is because they feel bad for them. It's like seeing a starving dog on the side of the road and your heart goes out for them. And that isn't really taking care of yourself or manifesting in this world. That is relying on the sympathies of others to feed you. And so we call them spiritual beggars. They like to believe that they're taking care of themselves, but it's only at the sympathy of others. But there's plenty that are just in transitional periods that just need a little support, that just need a gift, need some help. Dredge. Oh man, that sounds fun. Now, I just appreciate you being here, getting to know y'all. I heard a fish jumping. I heard a fish jumping. Starting to get into that slowdown. I don't know. Lost track. My guess is maybe 6 fish. 6 fish caught so far, and I can. You spend enough time in a particular place, you can get your spidey senses tuned into things, and I can feel it after a while here. Yeah, you got that right, bud. Oh, getting a bite. Got a fish. Got a fish. Got a fish. Oh, he's a jumper. Oh, he's a jumper. Oh, he's a big tail jumper. Woo, he's a big jumping. Oh, he's not happy fish. Oh, not a happy fish. Get over here, happy fish. Come on. Whoa. Who are you? Oh yeah, that's a beauty. You are a beauty of a fish. Now that is a chunky monkey there. That's a big, talking about a 17, 18 inch, big old chunk haul. He's a nice fish. Nice fish. I would usually keep him, but I don't really need him at the moment. Well, I'll get you free, y'all. Oh yeah, he did the fishy dance. Did the fishy dance. All right, guys. Well, I think the fish is starting to slowly wind down. Even though I just caught the biggest fish of the day so far. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Go check out a few other lives. So appreciate y'all being here. Skullface, it was an honor to get to know you this morning. I'll go check out your site when I get home and say hi to you. Have fun at work, buddy. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Everybody out there, do something good today. Be good to the world. Sky Blue Fishing out.